Hello, welcome to the Solitude Hope Book channel. My name is Karen Greenberger. In this series, we will present programs in the community that offer ways to connect with others. For me, that was music, and I'd like to welcome Dean Arvidson, the music director at First Parish in Framingham, a Unitarian Universalist community. I wanted to interview Dean first at this channel because music has been such a big part of my life. Like for many people, music has been there during the good times and aided me while I was going through tough times.
It's helped me out a lot too as things go along. We've had a lot of sermons about the epidemic of loneliness, and I understand that inspired a lot of the writings in the book. Reverend Wiseman has given several sermons on the topic, but they've put together this book, Solitude, Community, Hope, an Anthology. Which is what we're talking about today. So can you tell us a little bit about the book?
Yes, sure. I'm really excited by the prose, poetry, and illustrations in this collection. This is an all-volunteer book project made up of people in the Metro West community, except one individual. This book was created in direct response to Surgeon General Vivek Murthy's report on the current epidemic of loneliness in the United States. This book is a diverse collection of poetry, prose, and images that explore three fundamental aspects of our lives, from the pain of loneliness to the joy of intentional solitude to the strength of building community and the hope for a better future. This collection helps us realize that despite our differences, we all share a common need for human connection and community. I took a lot of time to think about whether I wanted to be involved in this project. But once I got involved, I realized that this issue really relates to my own life in many ways and my own experiences. And when I saw the content in the book, I was deeply moved by the beautiful poetry, prose, and images. I had been struggling with a health battle for the better part of 15 years. And when I first came to First Parish to a music Sunday, I really loved the music and the people. I met some of the people in the choir, and they were very friendly and kind. So I decided to join the choir. And when I started singing, you probably remember, I was very nervous, and I didn't want to be heard, and I shook, and I wanted to just blend in. But from being involved in the choir and getting to know some of the people, I've been able to sing more comfortably, and now I've been able to branch out and do other types of singing. So I thank Dean for his support, and also during COVID, we sent in our music to be mixed to do online services. So that was definitely a challenge for a lot of people, but it was a way to stay connected. So thanks. So we wanted to create a YouTube channel for this book. And my thought was, let's have a broader conversation to explore the wide range of experiences and emotions, knowledge and ideas, and perspectives from people living and working in the Metro West community. As someone who worked in human services and loves art and creativity, this turned out to be an excellent project for me to be involved with. The goal here is to explore how we can support people who are struggling and what activities and practices bring us meaning and connection in our lives. Also, one of my paintings is in the book, so I'm very excited about that. Dean, can you tell me a bit about what you do at the parish?
Well, as music director, I'm responsible for all the music that goes into the services. I get to play on a beautiful pipe organ. We've got some great instruments over there. But also working with both choirs. We've got a singing choir and we've got a handbell choir. And they're just so much fun to work with. And they're kind of communities among themselves, amidst themselves, whatever. And it's just so much fun to interact and to really get to know people. So yeah, and the maintenance of the instruments, I have to make sure everything's up to speed and playing well. and that's about, and to encourage other involvement as well.
Right.
To bring more people in with their instruments, with their voices, do solos, whatever. So it's really fun interacting with people.
Sure. It's a way to get to know people.
Yes.
And bring people out and into the community and involved with music, which is fantastic. How has music aided you in your own life?
Oh, it's helped me a lot, because a lot of times musicalists can bring up all kinds of emotion, good, bad, and different. When you're going through things, you can play music and express that. And I find that by expressing those emotions that are coming up, it really keeps me more on an even keel. And so I find that really helps a ton, but also just the camaraderie. I've been in a band with friends for the past 40 years.
Wow.
And they're like brothers to me. We've just gotten very, very close. So it helps in a lot of different ways.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I love the people in the choir. It's a good mix of personalities and skills.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about music and community?
Pretty much just what I'd said.
Okay.
In that, I can do a performance, and I can touch other people. I can bring out emotions in other people, and it brings people together.
Right.
You play certain songs, and everybody starts singing, and it just feels good.
Yes. Thanks. Can you tell people a bit more about your published written music?
My published written music, it's original solo piano work that will never be mainstream. It's more of like a new age style cross between classical and jazz. And that's, it's around the world, so I'm contacted a lot by people on like Facebook.
Right.
And thankfully we've got like Google Translate and things like that, so I can talk with them about it. But like I say, it'll never be mainstream, but it's so nice to know that I've touched people all around with that.
I have heard that. I heard your music is very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. But what other roles do you have in the community that are music related?
Well, I do play in a cover band. We do a lot of older rock and roll, and we just have a lot of fun with that. I'm the pianist at Temple Beth Am. We have monthly music services that they call Shabbat Hallelu. We did the High Holy Days, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and I teach several different instruments, mostly piano, but a bunch of other instruments as well.
Very nice. Yeah. Yes, my father and I you invited us to be at the temple service on that Friday.
Yeah, that was so good to see you both.
Yeah, that was very, very nice, and that is actually my background. So what activities do you enjoy outside of music, Dean?
I love being outside. I've got a motorcycle. I like to ride. I love boating. I'm a member at the zoo, Southwick Zoo, so I go there a lot. Tower Hill. I love to go for hikes. So yeah, basically anything outdoors is wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks, Dean.
All right.
So, this book was published at Damianos Publishing, independent and women-owned in Framingham, Massachusetts. I plan to post weekly, so please follow and like to stay tuned and see who we have next. This book can be purchased for $20 at Silver Street Media. Proceeds benefit First Parish community service programs and to support programs to combat isolation. Thanks for tuning in. With gratitude, and be well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dean.